But guys, are you ready to talk Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Okay. So guys, spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Atticus, your first reactions.
I love the way that it was made. Like I like how it was directed. And I like how it seemed like an action movie, and it was almost as long as a movie. But
I mean, it was like half a movie. It was 46 minutes.
right. Still,
Oh,
it felt
jeez.
long.
This is a fifth of the Snyder Cut.
Oh wow.
Anyways, carry on. Sorry.
But I like how they were, referencing the blip and just talking about it a little bit more. And I also liked Falcon's suit, his comic book accurate suit.
I love the suit. Also, it's fun to see Rhodey show up. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I
me
thought
neither.
that was a bit random, but definitely down for that. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, more Rhodey. Love Rhodey. Thomas, your first reactions to Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
So my favorite MCU films are Civil War and Winter Soldier, and a big part of that is having Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then they're two of my favorite characters. So I was really looking forward to this series, and yeah, it was a great start. I think it was a little slow, but I mean that's fair enough. It's the first episode of a 6-part series, and yeah, I think it's got lots of potential. I really like what they're doing with the characters and really showing them sort of more in depth that you wouldn't really get with the films, which I think is great about these Disney Plus series.
For sure, absolutely. So I'll give my thoughts, and then we can talk about each character's story throughout it, each Bucky and Sam's story throughout it individually, because they are kind of split up. But I was happy to see Sam. It's guys, the budget is $25 million an episode.
Wow,
which is insane.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like over the course of 6 episodes, this is $150 million TV show.
Oh my goodness.
For 6 episodes. Like, this isn't like Game of Thrones where it was like, I don't know how many episodes Game of Thrones were, but I know it was more than 6. Yeah, this is insane. But no, I loved how they were dealing with how the blip would just affect everyday stuff like mental health and also like financial situations. It was really cool to see how that played out. But yeah, and also just how it kind of played into it felt very grounded, which is I'm with Thomas. Captain America: The Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU movie.
Me too.
So I believe Henry Jackman is doing the score again. I might be completely off on that. Oh, Wikipedia doesn't have it. But if it isn't Henry Jackman, then like
Jackman,
whoever did this did a solid job emulating his. Yes, it is Henry Jackman. So Henry Jackman did Captain America: Winter Soldier and Civil War. You might also know him from doing, I believe, the Kingsman movies. He did X-Men First Class. He's done quite a few Marvel projects, but I love his motifs and themes. But yeah, no, overall it was a really solid first episode. Definitely slow, but they're setting stuff up. Also, still no Zemo so far.
Yeah, or Sharon Carter.
Yeah.
She also
True. And no Sharon Carter. But it was cool to see the U.S. agent John Walker at the end, because that's a really fun comic storyline. But who do we want to kick off with? Talking about Sam or Bucky?
Let's talk about
Either
Sam,
one.
because that's where the show started.
For sure. Thomas, do you want to take the lead?
Yeah. So Falcon himself is probably, if not my favorite MCU character. And it's cool to see him flying around in the suit and beating up bad guys. It's so cool to see it back again. But I thought the real standout part of it was actually, as you say, the more grounded stuff with him trying to get a loan and him interacting with his family. I thought all that stuff was amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I loved how just real this felt.
Mm.
Especially after something like the blip, to get something that feels super real, and get something that like it just takes it back down. And I think this is what we needed after like Avengers Endgame and WandaVision, which are like these ridiculous, crazy, like, like magic and like infinity stones and everything. Like, and the fact that this was supposed to, like, this and Black Widow were supposed to be the things to kick off after Avengers Endgame makes more sense, just in the fact that both Black Widow, I'm assuming Black Widow is going to be very grounded as well, and this is very grounded. It makes sense to go after that massive Avengers Endgame, like, wow, what's going on? Down to this. It's grounded, it's real, it's serious. And I think that makes a lot more sense. So now, after getting WandaVision 2, and I loved WandaVision, but it's still very fantastical, and I think this is what we really needed. Because if you look, like, when the Captain America movies were released, the first two Captain America movies were released right after Thor movies. Which makes sense to go from that, sci-fi fantastical thing down to just like a very grounded thing to keep the tone balanced and not feeling super like it's very grounded or super fantastical, which I think sets up for you to allow there to be both types of things to exist in this universe.
Mm.
Yes.
But moving on to Sam, what did we think of a new character, Joaquin Torres?
Yeah, I really liked her in it, and I liked the interaction she had with Sam. It's a bit weird that she's not been mentioned up to this point, or not that I remember.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's still cool to see a new character in this series.
For sure, Atticus.
I was trying to remember if like it was mentioned or not in the earlier movies,
No.
but yeah, it was nice to see her.
Yeah, absolutely. So continuing on, let's now go. So they're working on the group, the Flag Smashers, which I did not think that is what they said first time I heard it. So Sam then gives up the Captain America shield to a U.S. government display museum about Steve Rogers. This was a nice moment when he's talking to Rhodey. I really like this whole sequence. But then he heads down to De La Croix, Louisiana. This is just fun. Him talking to his sister and her two kids. Did anybody think that was his wife at first? Because I did.
Yeah, that is exactly what I thought. Actually, I didn't
think that, but yeah, I
Good
can see
for
how
you, Atticus.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, see, guys, I'm very good at plot, character fleshing out. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't had coffee yet, so I don't know.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna keep talking.
Oh, you're good. By all means, keep going.
Winter Soldier.
No, we're still talking about Sam.
Oh, dang.
But no, this was nice. Trying to use his status as a famous superhero to get himself a loan doesn't work. Dude, the lone dude, kind of a jerk. Also, turning down because the business had poor profits over the past 5 years because Sam was like dead. But
yeah.
Again, I do like that they're taking a grounded approach to what would happen if something like the blip had occurred.
Giving explanations.
Yeah. So anyways, the Sam story ends in this episode with Torres investigating the Flag Smashers and sees a bank robbery in Switzerland. And this dude has like ridiculous strength. Do we think this is Zemo?
I honestly hope not, because what I really enjoyed about Zemo in Civil War was the fact that he wasn't a superhero.
Yeah.
I think that made his character very interesting. So if this was him,
yes,
fine, but I'd prefer it not to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of reminded me of.
Oh, sorry.
Go
ahead, Atticus. No, go ahead.
He kind of reminded me of like a counterpart to like Joker, kind of like the he's super smart and doesn't have superpowers, and I just thought that was interesting. And yeah, like Thomas said, I don't think it would be such a great idea, or I wouldn't like to see him have superpowers, and that's what made his character so compelling.
I absolutely agree with you guys. I was just throwing that out to see if anybody had any idea who this could be, because I do not.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Do we think this could have been John Walker in the U.S. Agent?
Oh, that's an interesting idea. I hadn't thought of that, but it's potential.
Me neither.
Because in the comics, John Walker turns out to be like this really corrupt dude. And then it's Bucky that has to go like take him down and take the shield from him and take up the mantle of Captain America after Captain America is assassinated post-Civil War.
Yes.
So I could see maybe that, and that's how they introduced corrupt U.S. agent. But regardless, speaking of U.S. agent, they announced John Walker as the new Captain America. Felt so weird not seeing Chris Evans' face in that suit like that. Yeah. I'm having nightmares. So thoughts on the Sam Wilson storyline, which was a majority of the show. Atticus?
Yeah, it was good. I really liked how he continued his character, but yeah.
Yeah, Atticus?
Yeah. I really liked it. Like we've been talking about, just like how it was grounded, and the action sequences with him were great.
Yeah, for sure. And I love all like the terrorist stuff, and with all the conspiracy theories. I love that people think that Sam flew Steve up to the moon. Because, I don't really doubt a lot of like, but a year ago it would have been like, nobody thinks that. Now I'm like, yeah, some people might actually think that. Okay, now onto the Bucky storyline. So Bucky is attending government-mandated therapy after being pardoned. He talks about trying to make amends as Winter Soldier. I love the scene where he is making, quote-unquote, making amends with this senator lady who he
I'm making amends.
Yeah. Where he like actually just like has a little fun, controls her car, beats up a dude, and then calls like the FBI. Because I know I love Bucky in this. And I also like that they are dealing with
definitely a different side.
Yeah. I also like that they're dealing with his mental health. Like, your mental health would be messed up if you were an assassin for
being
Nazis
brainwashed
for the past 8 years. Yeah. But no, I really liked all of this Bucky stuff. Then he goes on a date with a waitress named Leah. Yori convinces him.
I thought that she was gonna say, like, while they were playing the battleship, I thought she was gonna say like coordinates or something like that, and it was gonna trigger his brain again. But then I was like, oh wait, they took that out or something like that in Wakanda.
That could have been interesting though. Did anybody else think this was Aquafina for some reason at first?
I can't say I did. No, I think it might just have been you.
Was that just me? Was I the only one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just checking. Because that's where my brain went to. But no, this was a fun scene. When he says that he's 106. But Yori and Leah discuss how Yori's son RJ was killed with no explanation. Bucky knows that he killed RJ as the Winter Soldier, but cannot bring himself to reveal this. He has been also ignoring text messages from Sam. Overall thoughts? Oh, we definitely got a bit less Bucky than Sam, but overall thoughts on the Bucky stuff?
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. Another point to mention, I really liked the therapist character. I thought she was
Yeah.
pretty fun.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I definitely loved the dynamic between him and Yuri. Yeah, I thought that was very interesting, and I hope they go further with that.
Yeah,
Which I
agreed.
think,
Same thing with Leah. I hope both of them come back.
Yeah.
Who is not Aquafina? I am being told, not Aquafina.
Yes.
But any other? Does anybody remember what this episode is called?
Making amends.
New World Order.
Yeah,
I think.
Thomas got it. New World Order.
Making
It is directed
amends.
by Carrie Scogland. But I'm really interested to see where this is going. Final closing thoughts on Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and any kind of ideas where we think this show is going. I'll start with Atticus.
Not like completely 100% sure on whether, or maybe like the path that this is going to take, but I hope that I mean it's looking good so far. Like I'm having theories and stuff like that. So yeah,
Cool.
I can't wait to see the rest of it.
Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see maybe at least a scene with the Winter Soldier and Falcon together. I think that would have been cool, considering the show is called The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But they're taking their time, which is fair enough. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to where it goes.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense for the characters to be apart at this point. I really did love this first episode. I'm very excited to see where it's going. We only get 6 episodes, contrary to WandaVision and like Mandalorian, which are 9 or 10. So a bit less time.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of these Disney Plus shows. They aren't forced to fit into a certain time frame. They can take as much or as little time as they want. Like the Obi-Wan show is only going to be 4 episodes.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. But last what do you guys rate this first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier out of 10?
Say an 8. A strong 8.
Thomas?
Yeah, I'd go a 7.5 probably. I mean, if it will depend when we get the rest of the series, but for now I'll go with 7.5.
Okay. I'm going to go a bit higher. I'm going to go an 8.5. But that is our review / discussion of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.